Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Justin. I am a figure skating fan, and today I am filming a preview video for the ladies discipline at the upcoming 2021 US National Figure Skating Championships, which will be held in Las Vegas, the same venue that hosted Skate America back in October of 2020, because they did a very good job of keeping a closed bubble to protect the athletes, because we are still in a worldwide pandemic, unfortunately. But this competition is still happening. There will be no spectators except those of us watching from the comfort of our homes online. I first wanted to give a shout out because today is January 5th. It is my friend Sing's birthday. Happy birthday, Sing. I know you watch all my videos. Sing is one of my very first subscribers who used to comment on every single one of my videos. And then we actually met up in Toronto last year for the first time. And it was so much fun. So I just love how talking about this sport can bring so many of us skating fans together, which is always so great. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start previewing. Here is a list of all of the athletes who qualified for nationals this year. I will not be talking about each athlete in depth because that would be a very long video and I don't have that much time. So I think I'm going to focus on the top contenders in my opinion. So if I missed anybody that is your favorite, please leave a comment and let me know how excited you are to see them at nationals. So I'm going to start off by talking about Alyssa Liu. She is the two-time reigning US national champion. She made a big splash a few years ago when she won the senior title for the first time and became the youngest athlete to win a US national title, beating out Tara Lipinski's long-standing record. So good for her. She also has kept her name in the conversation over the past 2 seasons, as she was known for competing with really big jumps, mainly the triple axel and the quadlets. A lot of American fans are excited because they think we have someone who can compete with some of the young Russians. I personally thought it was too soon to be overhyping her, but here we are today. She will have a harder time defending her title this year to get that third gold medal, because she has grown quite a bit and you can tell that it has affected her jumps. So she competed in just a few competitions this season. She was at the Las Vegas Invitational, which happened right after Skate America, but was broadcasted 2 months later, I believe, or a few weeks after. She competed her free skate, and unfortunately she had to double a lot of jumps and we didn't see any triple axel or quad attempts. Same thing with the ISP Selection Pool Challenge, which was a domestic virtual competition where the skaters submitted videos of themselves for the competition. You know, that one was a little better, but we only saw 1 triple axel attempt in the free skate and there was a fall on that, and again, no quad. And in the past, she's won nationals because of the technical advantage, because her program component score is generally lower than some of the other ladies that will be competing with her. So it's going to be tough. I'd say her main goal would probably be landing on the podium, and that might even be difficult itself. There are good things that I notice about Alyssa skating, though. She has grown in many other aspects. She has more speed, stronger strokes, more ice coverage, and there's more maturity in her skating. She has 2 programs choreographed by Lori Nickel, and in my personal opinion, they are a great step above what she had last season. No longer does she look a juniorish or juvenile. So the heights and the improved skating with better programs, better packaging, I see her more as a lady skater than someone who's so young and just known for the jumps. But I wish her the best. One thing that's interesting, though, is her coaching situation, which has changed. It has now been moved to a scenario with 3 coaches. They are Lee Barkel, Lori Nickel, and Massimo Scali. And I believe she just has to stay in California and Skype with Lee Barkel and Lori because of the travel restrictions due to the pandemic. not good timing at all, but maybe doing it now is better than next season, which is when the Olympics are happening, which Alyssa really wants to qualify for those Olympic Games as she will be age eligible to compete there. Wishing the best for her. I'd say she's in the fight for the podium. Now, if this were any other season, I'd say the gold medal would be between Bradie Tennell and Mariah Bell. But honestly, with the pandemic, and so many athletes have had to readjust and be creative with how they find ice time to practice and train, the title may go to whoever is most prepared or whoever has had the most advantage with training during the pandemic. That being said, I still think Bradie and Mariah really want the gold medal. Let's talk about Bradie first. She is the former national champion. She even went to the Olympic Games in 2018 in South Korea, got the bronze medal in the team event, really became known as a consistent skater, and I'm using quotation marks because I think other people say that more than I do. What I like to clarify with people when they say she's a consistent skater, it doesn't mean she's always great. That just means she usually doesn't falter. A lot of times she does skate clean programs, but she also tends to make one silly mistake that can keep her from really getting the top spot in some crucial competitions. Nonetheless, I never expect Bradie to have a program filled with hard falls and surprising mistakes. She's going to hold her own, and I think she'll be on the podium for sure, fighting for the gold medal. She now trains with Tom Zagrajek, so she switched up her coaching scenario and is now in Colorado Springs, I believe since January of 2020. There's been talks of her wanting to compete with a triple axel, which is very exciting. That'll definitely keep her in the game in the future, especially internationally speaking, but it's too soon to see that now from her at US Nationals. Funny story, someone once asked me if I was team Mariah Bell or Bradie Tennell, and my answer was neither and or both. I don't have a preference one way or the other, and they're actually very different skaters, so I can understand how people have the them versus them mentality, but I'm just happy for whoever skates clean. I think I have a little bit more of a preference towards Bradie because I like someone who's more regal and sophisticated on the ice, but I appreciate Mariah Bell as well. And so let's go ahead and talk about her right now. She is an interesting one to think about with nationals because she hasn't been national champion before, and I could tell she really wants the gold medal this time. And it also seems like she's been pushed by the US Figure Skating Federation as the new it girl, the leading American lady. And I just say that because I feel like she's been getting so much publicity on social media by the federation. And so that's something that's interesting to note. So I hope that she can deliver on all of this hype around her this season. We all remember at last year's Nationals, she skated a perfect long program to Hallelujah and won the silver medal. A lot of people were upset because they thought she should have won the competition, but she needs to bring that same kind of magic this year at Nationals. That might be hard to do because I'm not the biggest fan of her free skates. I believe it's to the ABBA medley. The music cuts don't do it for me. I don't think they highlight the best parts of her skating. I don't think they work totally with the choreography, but it sounds like she's making changes and updates to the cuts before Nationals. So hopefully it all comes together. The program is choreographed by Shaylin Bourne, and you can't get any better than that in my opinion. So hopefully the magic comes. She also needs to bring the big tricks with the jumps. She did win Skate America, but that was a unique scenario because she scored such a high number in the short program, but then was fourth in the free skate segment and still ended up in first overall. There was no triple combination in the free skate. There was the double axel triple toe. So we're really going to want to see the flip toe or let's toe. It looked good in the short program, but we want to see it again for the free skate. And looking at the program component marks in Skate America at both the short program and the free skate, Mariah Bell and Bradie Tennell were pretty neck and neck, very close. So I think it's going to come down to the technical for U.S. Nationals. So like I said, whoever has the advantage with training, who can get away with the bigger jumps. Bradie Tennell may be at a bit of a disadvantage because of her recent coaching change, and that could explain some of her under-rotated jumps at Skate America. I'm not sure if that's long enough with a new coach for us to really see a difference at Nationals. So maybe Mariah Bell has the edge here because Mariah has been with her coach Rafael Aretunian for quite some time now. But looking at the program component scores from Skate America in the free skates, both Bradie and Mariah's program components were lower than Karen Chen's. So we'll talk about her next. So Karen is another athlete who has been national champion in the past and has qualified for the World Figure Skating Championships and placed as high as 4th in 2017, which was amazing. And truth be told, she was the skater that moved me the most out of all the ladies at Skate America. I just think she has the total package: expression, ice coverage, speed, and her spins. Oh, her spins. All of the American ladies are good spinners. Karen's are top tier level. Great centering positions, speed. They're just so amazing to watch. I think Karen's actually going to be one of my favorites to watch at Nationals this year because I like the way she interprets her music, the expression. I am a fan of her short program music, which is to Katy Perry's song Rise, and in general, Karen has really good taste in her music selection. That being said, I think what holds her back the most are her jumps. She is someone who I would call a hot and cold jumper because they can be great. Even right now, I have an image in my mind of her doing a very huge triple lutz, great speed, height, and attack, even a triple combinations. But she can also have some really hard falls in her programs, and sometimes in the same program as a very successful triple. So because of that hot and coldness of her jumps, she really could be anywhere from the top 6 to potentially taking the title. Again, I think that would be great for her. One thing I'd like to talk about with Karen is that it seems like she has lost the spotlight from the Federation in the past few seasons, because I was trying to look up press pieces on her lately by the Federation, and I did not find very much, which is very different from the time when she won her national title and had a book deal. I have a friend who believes that it's because Karen didn't seize the opportunities she was given and kind of crumbled under pressure and hasn't really had much success internationally besides the 4th place finish at Worlds. And I can see that perspective, but this is a new season. Not everyone's going to be at the top of their game because of the pandemic. If Karen can land her jumps, that would be great. The one thing she does need to focus on is making sure she gets all of her levels, because a skater at her caliber, there should be no reason for her to lose a level, especially on a spin. She's too good of an athlete for that. And then next up we have the fierce and fiery Amber Glenn, who has amassed quite the following over the past few years as she has come out as being part of the LGBTQ family. Amber, we welcome you to the family. But besides from that, Amber is a great athlete with amazing jumps, great attack, and she's really great at expressing herself, and she doesn't hold back any emotions when she's out on the ice. She is someone who wants to take her competitive career to the next level at Nationals this year. She's placed as high as 5th, and she's going to be eyeing for the podium. That's going to take quite some work though. Amber has a history of skating amazing short programs, but the mistakes on the jumps creep in the free skate. If anything, I think having the opposite happen would help her out more, because you can earn so many points in the long program. But her goal really would be to clean programs, and her secret weapon this season is the triple axel. She has been teasing us all with clips being posted on social media, and they look really good. She's been practicing a lot of them, so she's getting that consistency. I was hoping to see it at Skate America, but it sounds like she had a minor injury right before the competition, so she decided to not attempt it there, which is smart. You don't want to risk an injury this season, but I'd like to see it at nationals. Imagine if it was in the short and in the long program. That's going to be huge for her. In the short program, where most women do a double axel, I believe that's worth just 3.3 points. A triple axel is worth 8 points. So if she competes a triple axel with her triple toe combination, she's bound to be in first place, if not very close. It would probably depend on the program component scores. And we'll see what she does in the long program. I've seen some clips of her doing the triple axel in combination with the double toe as well, and that itself is really impressive. Now, the video she submitted for the ISP points challenge, I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. The free skate was so good. That was the most consistent I've ever seen Amber, especially in a free skate. So if she can replicate that at nationals, oh, this is going to be her moment. We talked earlier about Mariah Bell needing the magic. Maybe Amber Glenn needs to bring some zhuzh for all of us. That would be amazing to see. Her short program is to the song Scars, which she used last season. And I think that's a good choice for her because it's a song that she really relates to and therefore has a lot of significance to her personally. And you just love seeing a skater connect with their music in that way. So I'm glad to see Amber stick with the program. I watched her live chat with On Ice Perspectives here on YouTube, and she said the program was about expressing and showing her story through art and what she loves instead of just knocking off the elements. And in that same chat, she opens up about her mental health and how taking a 2-month break during the pandemic has changed her mindset. She actually tried to focus more on mental training and mental toughness as opposed to physical training that could help her out in competition. So I think that was really smart of her to do. She did also touch on the fact that she took a longer break when she was much younger. So now it seems like she's back in the sport because she really loves it. And that's a great place to be. So no matter what the results are for her at nationals, we know she's going to be a winner. And then someone else who's known as a fan favorite would be Starr Andrews. A lot of us have gotten to see more of Starr in the past couple months because she's gotten some press and been more open and vocal about her personal life in general. And I think that's really important because we don't see too many Black skaters in figure skating. Most of us saw the piece by Good Morning America where she skated to the song Black Like Me and spoke on how that had really personal significance to her. And I just love seeing skaters open up about who they are off the ice, because in turn that can sometimes translate on how we perceive them while they're skating their programs in competition. So that's just great for Starr. Now when we're talking about her skating, she's gonna want to improve upon her 6th place high finish at nationals, and that might be tough. So she wants to set herself up well by placing within the top 6 in the short program, because then you get to skate in the final group in the free skate. Now she can't make the same mistake that she made at Skate America. You can't pop your loop. If you pop your intended solo triple jump, it is worth 0 points. That being said, it was nice to see Starr Andrews attempt some good triple combinations in both segments at Skate America. I think some jumps were under rotated, but she needs to have clean jumps because otherwise she's a very lovely skater to watch. Her program component scores tend to be about a point lower than Bradie and Mariah. She usually scores in the 7s, whereas Bradie and Mariah are usually in the mid to high 8s. But would a clean technical program elevate that score for Starr Andrews? We'll have to wait and see. And then we have Audrey Shin. Audrey has been the pleasant surprise of the season. She was the youngest competitor at Skate America in October, and she won the bronze medal at her international senior debut, also Grand Prix debut. What an amazing opportunity this was for her. And just to think, we probably would not be talking about Audrey Shin right now if it weren't for the pandemic, which allowed so many American skaters to compete at Skate America, which is an opportunity not everybody gets to have. America usually gets 3 spots, or the host country gets 3 spots. A lot of times the first spot is to the leading athlete in the discipline in the country, and then another top athlete, and then usually there's 1 spot given as an opportunity for someone who is up and coming. So to have so many skaters such as Audrey Shin show up to Skate America and really take advantage of the opportunity was really great. She is very consistent with her jumps. People like to talk about Bradie being consistent. I'd say Audrey Shin is even more consistent. Landed all of her triple jumps, maybe just 1 under rotation call in the free skate. You can tell she did not come to play because she does 2 triple lutzes and 1 is a triple lutz triple toe combination in her free skate. She also does the double axel triple toe. She just knocks the elements one after the other, and it's actually not a surprise when you look at her history. She's achieved some success on the junior level, and I believe even winning the silver medal in 2019 at US Nationals as a junior. What's interesting though is that she did not qualify for senior nationals last year, which is unfortunate. So this will be her senior national debut. That is quite exciting, and Skate America is an amazing experience to go off of into your first national. So I'm really excited to see what she produces. If someone were to ask me to compare her to Bradie or Mariah, which by the way, we don't have to do, everybody is their own individual skater, but I'd say they're all different. Bradie probably is more regal in her overall skating, and she does more transitions. And then Mariah Bell is a little bit more of an artist than Audrey Shin, but Audrey can hold her own because she's not just a robot just because she lands all of these jumps. She has pretty solid skating skills for the level that she's at. And like I said earlier, I think Bradie and Mariah should be worried because it doesn't look like Audrey would be making any mistakes in the competition, or at least not many. I hope I did not jinx her. Crossing my fingers. A fun fact is that her free skate was actually inspired by Anna Pogorelaya, and she and her father chose a piece of music. So that is something I learned from an interview she did on YouTube from the channel International FS Club. So check that out if you'd like. Audrey is of Korean heritage, so I always love seeing diversity on the ice. Who else can I talk about? Okay, so there's Gracie Gold. I just rewatched Gracie Gold's performances at Skate America. They were definitely not what Gracie wanted to put out. Lots of doubles in the short and in the free skate. So I'd say for nationals, I'd like to see her get in the rotations and not pop the jumps so easily. That being said, Gracie Gold has been so open, honest, and public about her struggle in the past, and this journey that she's on right now is very personal, and I applaud her for doing so in such a public manner. I will root for her no matter what the result is. It sounds like her personal goal is to make the next Olympic team, and that is quite the goal to have, but who am I to tell someone that their goals are too big? It's got to be one step at a time, and I really hope she puts out her best performances at nationals. I've seen training videos. I believe that she can skate clean, all intended triples in her programs. She just has to believe in herself, and then that can be done. Let's see. Oh, I also want to talk about Puja Kalyan. She is of Indian descent, and so I always love diversity on the ice. She's from Arkansas, and I think she's just starting to make a splash. She unfortunately suffered from some injuries early on in her career, but with the slow and steady comeback, she's starting to make a name for herself. She had some success on the junior level and had some international experience. I believe she was at Finlandia Trophy a few years ago, and then she was at Skate America. And while she did not skate her best, I noticed some beautiful qualities to her skating that I've always seen, which is lovely flow, some light skating across the ice, and the jumps when they're landed look really solid. So it's going to be about consistency. She recently had a coaching change, I believe in January of 2020, also moved to Tom Sakrychek in Colorado Springs. So hopefully with consistent training in one area, she will start to improve very rapidly. She's a skater who I love watching, and I just read an article on her written by my friend Claire. So if you all would like, please go check that out. And I want to read this quote at the end of the article because I think it's so cool. "It is something I don't think about until recently," Kalyan said. "I'm not only from a small town in Arkansas, which is already unusual in figure skating, but I am of Indian origin, which is also unusual. It's nice to know that I am someone who's helping push that diversity in the sport and that there are other people who could be looking up to me. Just because I'm Indian doesn't mean the boundaries are limited for me. There aren't any boundaries." Girl, I feel ya on that. So go ahead and show us. And then let's see, who else will I talk about? Okay, so Hanna Harrell also qualified for nationals. She is someone who placed fourth, I think, at her senior debut a few years ago. And that was really exciting. Also, like Amber Glenn, has a lot of energy and spunk, but unfortunately suffered from some injuries right after. So we haven't seen much of her. I don't know what to expect, but I do remember enjoying what she produced at nationals a few years ago when she won the pewter medal. So everyone, I think that is it for me. Thank you if you made it this far in this video. Did I miss anyone that you absolutely love? Let me know down in the comments, and then I'll film more videos on the other disciplines soon. So I'll catch you all later. Thank you and goodbye.